But these things, when God does them, God doesn't fool around.
Yeah, that's Jim Bakker that you're hearing there, guys. Sorry, I didn't give the introduction there.
Fool around.
God doesn't fool around.
He's it, and he gives it to you deep.
All of 3 inches.
Definitely. Oh yeah. God in the Bible
God's
has a tiny
small dick. Yeah, he's got a
mushroom.
Oh
yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, we have Jim Bakker talking about Hurricane Harvey, and boy, I just love hearing about all these right-wing assholes that have been coming out of the woodworks with all these conspiracy theories about how, you know, the hurricanes are the fact that God hates gays and stuff like that. It's like, really? Are you guys? It's 2017 and you're still going with that shit? Really?
You know, I'm telling you, I need prayer. I do, Rabbi. Yesterday.
Yeah, he has a rabbi guy that comes on his show every once in a while. It's like one of those Jews for Jesus rabbis.
Oh, gross. All right.
Yeah, and so it's like, yeah, I'm just going to roll with that because Christianity these days is not Christianity of the Spanish Inquisition. It's not that anymore. It's become this touchy-feely, make it work whenever it fucking works for me kind of thing. It's not hardcore anymore. You don't have guys flagellating themselves anymore. You have guys like Jim Bakker that are selling buckets because that's how they do things these days.
I almost lost it. Do you know, for the last several years, preachers, even in this city, and evangelists, have beat the you-know-what out of me.
He's in Branson, Missouri, by the way, folks.
What? Beat the you-know-what? Shit?
You know what? The shit? Beat the shit out of me?
I don't think so, honey.
Why don't you say that, Jim? Why don't you just say the words?
Why don't you say poop? Say poop.
Beat the crap out of me. Crap.
Yeah. I thought that was acceptable colloquialism.
That's like Nickelodeon style cussing there. Like that's okay. I think Doug said crap every once in a while. I don't know. When he's trying to get with Patty Mayonnaise. I don't know.
And made fun of me because we store food. We've told people to store food.
No.
Oh, that's because you're a con.
You're a con man that sells those buckets for 8 times what they normally cost other people.
Exactly. You're a scam artist.
Like, I've even got emergency buckets in the basement here. They're not Jim Bakker ones. Hey, patrons, if you want us to eat, if you want me, X, to eat a patron bucket, you got to get us up to a certain amount, and I will eat a bucket for a month. So,
I refused. I refused.
Exactly. Kyle and Felicia are like, no, fuck that. Nope, that's not happening. Like, I will buy a Jim Bakker bucket with your patron money and live off that shit for a month.
He has promised to do it. And
with video.
You can get a picture of my boobs for also money. A lot less. And trust me, I will follow through on that.
Yeah. Well, I'll follow through with the bucket if enough patrons get us into it. Oh, it's going to be horrible. God, it's going to be terrible. So we're not laughing at you, Jim.
There's no amount of money.
Jim, we're not laughing at you for being food storage. Food storage is just a smart thing to do, regardless of whether you believe it's doomsday or not.
You're just a bad person.
Like, believe me, I've got shelves full of like little Debbies over here just in case because they're calorie dense. They do it. I'm just kidding. I have a grandparent that bought a whole bunch of shit for the kids, and I'm like, yeah, we're gonna dole that out on a weekly basis instead of daily because I was brought up with the, I can eat a whole box of little Debbies and nothing happened. That's why I got this going. So Jim Bakker, sorry, let's get back to him.
Right. They preach about whole revivals, just preaching about Jim and Lori and they're storing food. That stupid Jim Bakker.
It's never a bad idea to have some emergency storage.
No one's doing that. No one's doing that.
I've got 3 or 4 cases of water out in the garage that I rotate through because it's good to have water just in case shit goes south,
Yeah, I need to get my emergency stores back up.
And that's not...
Emergency stores is just a good idea.
It's not us being reactionary, like the world's going to end kind of shit. But people here in Utah, especially people here in Utah, have to realize we are overdue for a gigantic fucking earthquake. Overdue. Mm-hmm. And we live in the valley where if it's a big enough earthquake, shit's going to be underwater because the water table here is weird as shit.
It really is.
I don't want to bore you
Everything's
people
weird
with
here.
any of this stuff, but Utah's fucking weird when it comes to this stuff.
Mhm.
This used to be a giant fucking lake out here
Yes,
in
it
Utah,
did.
so that's why we have the Salt Lake. Anyway,
That's why we live in a valley. That's why
And-
we're in the valley, because this was all a lake. It was a
not-
landlocked sea. Trust me, it was weird. It's
yeah,
weird.
Lake
It's weird
Bonneville.
here.
Google it, people. Lake Bonneville. So,
It was
not only to mention that, but we also live on the edge of the caldera that is the supermassive volcano that is the whole of fucking like Yellowstone National Park.
Yep.
So
so yeah, we're expecting an earthquake any day.
I'm expecting some bad shit to happen now.
It could be right this second. Who the
But
fuck knows?
The thing is, here's the thing. Neither of us are obsessing over this. Folks
No.
like Jim Bakker are obsessing over this kind of thing. We're just like, okay, something bad might happen. It's best to have stuff to be able to say, I'm ready for this, you know?
Right.
So I've got batteries, I've got, charging equipment saved up. I'm ready to go when it comes to a natural disaster happening, at least for a couple of days. Maybe it won't be the best thing to happen over like a month or something like that, but you would hope as a state of the union, we would be able to get assistance from other people.
Yeah, no, I mean, it could be a bad earthquake, but the thing is that it's going to happen at some point, and the thing is that there's no use obsessing over it.
No.
And you kind of have to evaluate bad shit can happen kind of everywhere.
Yeah. So I guess maybe we're trying to advocate here that, like, even if you're not in Utah,
food storage is great.
you should have at
Food
least
storage
3 days
indefinitely
worth of food. 3
is
days worth of food.
insanity.
Yeah. You don't want to have 50-year buckets like this guy's selling, because that's just
doesn't
scurvy.
make any sense. Don't make furniture. Yeah, that's scurvy buckets. They're scurvy buckets. We've been over this.
Yeah, I love you for that one. That's great.
Yeah, I'm very proud of that.
So
Sure.
let's let Jim talk some more here.
I just came from the flood zone.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
And as you guys can see, as I'm showing on the YouTube here, the people listening at home are not going to be able to see this, but they're standing like in a line serving food to all these people coming up from Hurricane Harvey, and they're serving them like pumpkin pie, and they're serving them like pulled pork and stuff like that. And I'm like,
Actually, those actually
bitch,
really good foods.
your bucket doesn't have pulled pork and pumpkin
Yeah,
pie.
exactly. No. But like for people who are like without calories, maybe
Yeah.
most of the day,
Need some
that's
comfort
great
food.
choices.
Yeah.
Oh, not just comfort food. Well, yes, emotional health, that's great. But also those are calorie dense foods.
Hey,
And that is what people who don't have access to a lot of food need.
for those
Sugar, fat.
you give
Stuff
somebody
like
there's a reason that funeral potatoes go so well in Utah. For people outside of Utah, just think of it as like au gratin potatoes on steroids. They're fucking amazing.
No, they're poor people au gratin. They're with cheddar. They're like Colby Jack cheese. Come on.
Yeah, but it's still good though. It's calorie dense. That's what we're talking about there.
Calorie
Nobody was
dense.
laughing at me.
No, sir.
They all wanted the crazy preacher's food.
I think they wanted anybody's food at that point, Jim.
Literally. Wow, you're such a piece of shit.
They wanted the crazy preacher's food. Fuck you, Jim. God.
They all
When
wanted
the
my
crisis
dick.
come, you people that are ready, your kids that laughed at you won't laugh anymore.
Right.
Wow.
Because that's what's really
Wow.
important. Proving people wrong in the face of a natural disaster. That's what's important.
Dude, you know what? If Jim Bakker showed up here and we had our major earthquake and he had food, pumpkin pie and pulled pork, guess whose ass would
Fuck
be in that
you.
line?
I'd be going in Jim Baker's line all goddamn day. I would sit there and
Fucking
talk
yeah.
to Lori and be like, yeah, I believe in God.
Yes, I am a Christian.
Because I'm an
I left
atheist
my
with
cross.
smarts. You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I will totally compromise that shit to get food. And then I will come on the air and go, I lied.
I
I
totally
lied
took
to
Jim
save
Baker's
my
food.
life. I took his food and I lied to save my life.
You're goddamn
Never gonna
right.
regret it.
Nope.
Fucking every day.
Because it's better than living off the fucking scurvy buckets for a month.
Fucking screwed.
And I want to tell you something. ain't seen nothing yet.
Wow. Gross. Gross that you're celebrating human misery right the fuck now.
You ain't seen nothing yet. So he's trying to tell us that
He's like celebrating that people were so desperate for food that they'd show up anywhere.
he's trying to tell us that God's ready to spank us even harder. It's like, really? Yeah,
literal.
Don't sell me shit that I'm never gonna get. Come on, that's messed up.
God. Yeah, that's messed up.
Fucking tease.
Like, if he's not actually gonna spank me, then